What's up, guys and girls? This is Midori, and I'm back with another episode of Draw with Midori. Now, this month is Black History Month, and I'm going to be doing a series of Black Panther drawings. Now, growing up, I was not always a Black Panther fan, to be honest. I was always a Spawn guy, and Black Panther to me, he always was like a Marvel's answer to Batman. He was just like a Marvel Batman, but he is, reading some of the comics and, getting some information from other people. He's actually a lot more than that. He's not just a Marvel Batman. He has a very big significance in the Marvel universe. And this month I'll be doing a series of just, drawings and sketches and inking and paintings of Black Panther and some of the characters that's going to be in the upcoming movie. Now, as I get started, I already did a basic sketch um, of the character. This is going to be my version of Black Panther, and pretty much I am doing a old school style in terms of his design, and putting a little bit of some original ideas in the design. Like whenever I do a character or well-established character already, I always sometimes like to put my own spin on it. Now here I'm just doing the basic outline of the drawing using a micron pen, and I believe the size is a 003. Yes, 03. And the video speed up for time purposes, so you can pause if you want, or slow it down in the YouTube bar. Here I am erasing the pencil lines because I already have the basic line weight down, and I have an idea of where the light source is coming from and how it's going to affect the line weight of the drawing. And if you watch my basic inking course chapter where I go over just the when it comes to line weight and shadow. Okay, now I'm just doing a little bit more detail in the drawing. So thinking about light, thinking about line weight, doing just basic hatching. So now I have an idea that, okay, the light source is coming from the upper left corner of the page, so all the shadow is going to fall on the right side unless it's reflecting. Just a little bit one line hatching, so I'm not doing any cross hatching. So here I got my brush pen, and now I'm going in and doing the first initial shadows. I'm going very heavy with the shadows. Not much light sources coming in onto his face. Now, one thing I like to do when it comes to inking, sometimes I do not like to put everything in black. Sometimes that looks cool and you get dramatic effect, but I like to leave a lot of light coming in, even though the material is all black. I sometimes pretend that that there's a lot of light coming in, so I would intentionally not ink every area of a particular object. So that's why you're going to see that a lot of parts of his cape is not all in black. See again here, I'm just focused on the darkest areas that I know that's going to be furthest away from the light source, which is going to have a lot of shadow in that area. Just doing some hatching, um, coming out from the shadows to show a little bit of value. Now I'm just adding the final touches. Mind you guys, this is my first drawing of Black Panther, so it's a very learning experience when it comes to drawing him. Over time, I'll get better, and if you want to draw Black Panther too, over time you get better as well. So now I'm going to start doing another drawing, and it's going to be just a bust of his head. Now, sometimes I like to start with the mannequin look. They teach you this in either art school, or you could get any drawing book. They teach you this. So I already established where his eyes are going to land. And right now I'm just going over and erasing. If you erase, that's okay. I erase 100 of times. You know, no drawing is always perfect. There's always room to improve. So if I feel like something doesn't look right, I'll oftentimes just erase and draw it again. That's why this is just the prep phase. So now I'm kind of happy with the position of his eyes, and now I'm just going in and doing a little bit more detail. Okay. Even while I'm doing this, I'm already thinking in my mind where the light source is going to be coming from and where the shadows are going to be. So no pun intended, but like a foreshadow into the future what I'm going to be doing. So again, I'm going for the old school style, old design with the cape. I wish they would have went with this style in terms of design in the new movie that's coming out in a couple of weeks, but the new style, the new design is pretty good. From Civil War, it's a really good design. But I guess they didn't want to give him a cape right away because I guess he'd be too Batman-like. So I guess that's why they wanted to go without the cape when it comes to Marvel MCU. Okay, now I'm doing again line weight. Wherever I think the shadow is going to be, I make a darker line. Sometimes you don't always have to draw thinking about lighting shadow all the time when it comes to inking. Sometimes you could think of forms, you know. Is this a hard surface, or is this form, round? Does it have a jagged edge? That kind of thing. Is it cloth? That sometimes can determine how a line is going to be drawn. So now I have the basic line weight done. So I believe now I'm going in and doing basic hatching and thinking of where the shadow's going to be. So I'm pretty much outlining where the shadow's going to be on his face. Once my hand gets out of the way, you'll be able to see what I mean. See? Sort of like making a comic book outline, like a coloring book outline before you actually do the coloring. Again, just outlining where I think all the shadows are going to be, where the light is coming from. Okay, there's going to be shadow there, there's going to be shadow under there, just like that. So now I'm like, okay, I got an idea where all the shadows are going to be, got an idea where all the light is coming from. Now I got my brush pen. Well, I went back and decided to do a little bit more detail in the shadowing. So I went back with my micron. I was like, wait a minute, there's a little bit more that I can do. And now I'm going in with the shadows. So now this process is just like a coloring book. I got all my outlines. I'm like, okay, going in with the shadow. So now I don't really have to think too much of where the shadow's going to be. I could turn my brain off and just enjoy the drawing. Now the light source is still coming from the top left corner. There's a technique called chiaroscuro lighting, and a lot of famous inkers use that principle when it comes to inking. You could Google it, look it up, you see what I'm talking about. But I'm also going to do a series of that, of basic lighting in comics, and I'm going to upload it on YouTube. Okay, now I'm just filling in the black for the cape, the darkest areas. I'm about 80% done with the drawing. Okay, he's getting there. Guys, remember, I'll be doing more Black Panther drawings all this month, and maybe other black superheroes because it's Black History Month. So maybe mid-month or at the end of the month, I'll start doing some Spawn drawings. Maybe Luke Cage, Storm from X-Men. And it's pretty much done. Guys, remember to follow me on Instagram. It's also at Midori's art page and also at Mr. Green 85. You go be sure to hit the like button for the video and to subscribe if you're new to the channel, where I'll be uploading more art videos for you guys. Anything otaku related also.